Alarak, where do we have him?
Alarak. Your hero unit will just YOLO into the mines and blow himself up.
Yeah, in the early game.
That's the default state.
Yep.
Which is not great. However, if you don't YOLO your hero unit to the mines, you have lots of options. You have 8 range stalkers, 8 range void rays, 13
Wrathwalkers.
range wrathwalkers. The problem for wrathwalkers is they're very huge and space consuming, so Lava Burst is going to say, hello, goodbye, you no longer have an army. So I would probably say, especially because of the phasing armor for the lava, layer, spam, good. You could probably also go mass Death Fleet, but yeah, like Death Fleet Stalker, like literally Void Ray Stalkers, you're going to be your comp here. You're going to have Havocs for bonus range, and it's like, yeah, you can't use your hero unit, but at least your army can just kind of move in and kill everything, and it actually has solid DPS and plenty of range. So I'd say he's probably B.
Okay, how about you, Tutu?
I don't think he's good at all here.
Really?
Because, yeah, well, Havoc is invisible. That's like the best thing. Havoc, invisible Havoc plus Mothership. That's the best. Like, you can clear mines very well that way, but you have to babysit them. And if you're clearing mines, then it's hard to like focus on defending the objective as well. So that's tough. His army gets quite big, and you're gonna lose stuff to lava bursts, or even worse, you might lose the mothership to lava bursts, and that's that's like most of your clearing power.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The fact that you have to change your playstyle, you either if you don't use Alarak, then you're losing a lot of power, and if you use Alarak and you like F2 or something, then you're gonna lose everything.
Yeah.
So you can't F2. If you have supplicants to feed Alarak, then they have short range, so they might trigger mines if you haven't cleared any. If you have to like manually push a havoc forward to see if there are mines, then you can attack. And all the time you have to macro and all that.
Yes.
So it's really taxing. He can do it, of course, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I put him in D.
D? Wow, that's pretty low. I actually have been C-ish because, like, yeah, he does have the problem with Alarak, but what I would do is just cage Alarak in my base and just, kind of try to survive until have Wrathwalkers and Havocs. So you guys remember that one mutation we have on Void Thrashing with I think it was Attrition Warfare, where we suggested Wrathwalkers and Havocs for Alarak to just kind of slowly inch his way across the map. I'm just thinking of using a similar strategy here.
The lava bursts will kill them while they're walking if you're not looking.
Well, that's the beauty of that strategy. You will always be looking there because all you have to do is rally your robo to your forward unit, and all you have to keep alive is your forward army. If your rally gets killed while walking there, it's still not as bad as losing your front army. So you just prioritize your front army. If reinforcements make it all the way there, great. If they don't, well, just queue up more. That's what I would do at least.
You're rarely going to get reinforcements making it through for the later objectives, and you're basically going to be like, this army you have right now,
that's it.
That is it. And also, your army is very thick, and so here's the problem. Keep in mind, this is Mel Warfare. There is a lot of unpathable terrain.
Yeah.
Now, lava bursts can't spawn in unpathable terrain. However, the number of lava bursts on the map at any given point is fixed regardless of map. This means that lots of unpathable terrain directly correlates to a much higher density of lava bursts. So you are not going to be able to, like, Wrathwalkers are just not going to work, honestly, I don't think.
You should use robo units.
Yeah, you should not use robo units. You should just spam stalkers. And maybe Mothership Stalker or Mothership Void Ray Stalker, but you should spam stalkers.
So both of you guys say D?
Depths. Dependence.
Both of you guys say, yeah?
You're saying you need Ascendance. You're saying you need to do something more than move your stalkers. What were you fighting? Were you fighting like
I don't remember which
Immortal
combo I was fighting.
Reaver?
I used it for the orb.
To clear mines?
No, to clear
No.
enemies.
Oh, to clear
Waves.
enemies.
Wave clear.
So what do you do for mines? Just stalkers? Just
Move the stalkers.
Mothership with Havoc.
detection? Okay, that makes sense.
It's like you
Why
move
not
forward, but then
move the
like,
stalkers?
but then if your Havoc dies because like they have a spore or something, because you moved a little too far forward, then you need to
Your
wait for another
Hav-
detector.
The range gradient is 3. You have 3 range difference between your Havoc and Mothership and the mines.
I think Tutu
What
was
would
saying. I think
Some mines
if you
are
actually
in the
lost
enemy
it?
base.
yeah.
Yes.
Tutu was saying that if you have to walk to the enemy base where they can snipe your Havoc because it's the only thing on the ground.
Then why weren't you just moving your stalker ball with Havocs in the stalker ball? That's my point. You're making it
Yes.
harder by refusing to
Well-
use your stalkers to clear mines. They have 8 range. The mines have 5 range. You shouldn't even get close.
I think it's because when you're pushing, you also have to think that the transport might be in trouble if it gets attacked by attack waves. So I think the logic here was you just keep your army in one place so you don't lose them all to lava burst.
Yeah, but honestly, to be fair, if you just clear as soon as Orana finishes at a terminal, you just clear the path to the next terminal.
So just
Alarak's army isn't slow at clearing here.
so you just go along the pace, just slightly ahead of the transport. You don't pre-clear
Just stay
ahead.
slightly ahead of the transport and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I haven't tried that, but yeah, okay, if you say so.
Plus, if you just stick like 2 pylons next to her, then structure overcharge can defend her just fine. Let's be honest. Structure overcharge, 2 pylons of structure overcharge will instantly vaporize an attack wave against her without effort.
Unless it gets hit with a lava burst, then rip.
Yes.
Actually, I was
But,
thinking.
I mean,
I was thinking War
pylons
Prism.
as well. They're
No,
expendable pylons.
The barrier is gonna take it some time. You need some help with the overcharge.
Well, that's why I was saying 2 overcharge instead of 1.
Then you're gonna have overcharge then at some point, right?
Well, then you're not trying to use it just overcharge to defend Orana. It's just, well, overcharge means your army can run off and do something else, and it's not like she's going to die to a single solitary attack wave because your army was doing something else. It gives you 45 whole seconds to go punch something and walk back.
I don't know, guys. I'm still unconvinced that just massing Wrathwalkers won't do the job because they're more dense.
They're
So
just they're thick. They're gonna die to lava. They are less dense.
Massive units?
I mean, they're less dense. You can fit
Wrathwalkers
30
take up much more
supply.
space.
You can fit 30 supply of Wrathwalkers in a smaller space than you can fit 30 supply of Slayers.
I'm actually pretty sure that's incorrect, but
Slayers are 2 supply each. Wrathwalkers are 6 supply. So are you saying that a
you can
Wrathwalker
fit-
consumes?
a Wrathwalker consumes at least 4 times the area of a Slayer, honestly.
4 times? That's crazy.
They're huge.
Maybe.
Keep in mind, if it's double the width, it's 4 times the area.
Well, you can always have a combination of Wrathwalkers and Slayers, so you can have even more density. I guess, yeah.
But Slayers don't care that much if they end up standing in lava for 2 seconds because they have phasing armor anyways. Wrathwalkers don't have phasing armor, so they just are gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, I
Plus,
guess phasing armor makes
Slayers
sense.
have warp gate.
What's the cooldown of phasing armor?
5 seconds.
So you can have it available every 5 seconds?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, yeah. Phasing armor, that makes sense.
Slayers shouldn't die to lava very much.
Okay.
Plus, they have blink, so even if you see a lava burst pops up in your army and a bunch of phasing armor goes off, you have 2 seconds of them being invulnerable to box select that group of Slayers and blink over there. Hey, look!
And blink over,
Slayers to lava.
blink over a mine, and then you lose them anyway.
That's why you blink away from the area you're clearing and towards the area you clear.
Well, when you're in the heat of battle, especially if you're not as experienced as it'll eventually happen.
Well then, good news. We cleared a spider mine, everyone.
Alright. It just took like five 5 Slayers.
Yeah, 5 Slayers who are already standing in lava anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so do you guys agree on D?
No, I was saying B.
Oh, you're saying B. Okay. So, wait, actually had him in C. Tutu had him in
BCD
yeah,
right now.
yeah. So, huh. So is he definitely better than Abathur, or definitely worse than Abathur? Or are we again saying different things?
We are saying different things, but
I actually think
I'd say
he's
he's better than Abathur. But
I actually think he's also well. I can't say better, but I can probably say easier because you don't have to worry about biomass or anything.
I would absolutely recommend him over Abathur, but I would accept him being small enough over Abathur that he's in the same tier.
Yeah, can we compromise on higher than Abathur C? Or
Sure.
wait, Tuti, you were originally saying that Alarak is D and Abathur C. So you initially thought that Alarak was lower than Abathur. What makes you what makes you say that?
Because once you get like 3 swarm hosts, you can clear things. It takes time, but you can clear things. You can also use the toxic nest to clear mines if you want. You just drop them and they'll kill the widow mines in one shot.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Why are swarm hosts allowed to just not worry about getting popped by lava when you're not looking at them, but stalkers
you always
aren't?
look at them. You only need like 4 swarm hosts, and then you slowly get more of them. But like your clump is not that big. If your locusts die, you don't care.
Okay, so
So
you're
you're
looking at
just
the 4 swarm hosts. What happens to your army?
why would you look for a swarm host? You're looking at the swarm hosts all the time, and the locusts
What
are
happens
going
to your
forward.
army? Is your whole army is 4 swarm
Yes,
hosts?
all swarm hosts. All swarm hosts. No brutalists. Nothing. Just swarm hosts and overseers.
I think that
I
think that
that
alone,
sounds
yeah.
painfully bad.
Well, regardless, I think we agreed that Alarak eventually is at the very least easier than Abathur. Yeah, I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
You
I'm
too?
actually, to be honest, not convinced that Abathur is C tier after all, to be honest.
Well, you initially had Alarak in B, so by putting Abathur initially below Alarak, I think it's still,
Is it because I just have that much experience with Abathur? I don't think he's that hard.
Yes, I
Yes.
very much think so. Yeah, just the fact that you collect you always have biomassed swarm hosts in place.
Swarm hosts are very slow. You know what's a lot easier? Literally clicking Stalker Sentry.
Yeah, yeah. I think we talked about this before. The reason why Abathur doesn't really get S because it takes a
No,
lot
but
of
in this case, it's not even because he's like hard. It's actually like Abathur's locusts are terrible DPS, and your solution to clearing the mines here with locusts is you throw locusts at them, and the locusts get blown up by the mines until eventually the mines run out of ammo, and then only then can your locusts, which are not a high DPS unit, start whittling away at the 300 health widow mines.
They have 180 health. What are you talking about? Use a
Barrier
toxic
gets to
nest.
100.
So you put a toxic nest there, and it'll blow them up. You don't have to use only widow mines. I mean, only locusts.
All
Okay,
right,
yes, that's true.
I love
Okay,
this.
so what you're saying is you okay, I guess that does clear the mines that aren't in an enemy base pretty well. You could just plop a toxic nest on their face. Yes.
Anyway, regardless, we've settled on Alarak higher than Abathur. When we get to the rankings, we'll move these guys. We'll move these guys around. Without prestige, where do we have Alarak?
Same thing.
Same thing. Honestly.
You're not using
Stalker's
Alarak.
good.
True.
You're not using Stalker's good.
Okay, so still C.
His plan is literally Stalker good.
All right, nice. We already have a separate Alarak video. That's awesome.